Rockaways Productions presents The Casey Waters Show, episode 120. Carol and I discuss relationship dynamics. Hello, I'm your host, Casey Waters. Today or tonight, depending on where you are, I will discuss relationship dynamics. I'm going to discuss this with my friend Carol. This is a rare event in the Casey Waters Show. I don't have too many interviews. However, I do welcome the concept. It's actually easier to do a show when I have an interview. Things tend to flow along better, in the sense that it's easier to maintain continuity when you have two people talking as opposed to just a monologue. So, the Casey Waters Show currently airs in Anchorage, Alaska, New York City, and in Asheville, North Carolina. So, with no further ado, it's Carol and I discussing relationship dynamics.
So here we are back again at the Miracle Center, and now we're here with Robert. And Robert is one of Asheville's real fabulous geniuses doing all kinds of interesting talk shows. So it's great to be here with you, Robert.
Well, it's great to be here with you, Carol.
Thank you.
And this section may be featured on my show. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
On the Casey Waters Show. That's my alias.
Oh, I love that.
So
right. Here tonight we're talking about the Course in Miracles, and we're sharing what the Course says about special relationships. What the Course says is that special relationships that set a limit, like, without you, Robert, I'm going to be miserable. That is not love, that's fear. Because everyone has much to share with us.
Yeah, okay. That's interesting. I mean, because the thing is, from my past experience, when I fell in love, I often felt, compelled, at least in the beginning of the relationship, to set limits, on things that weren't acceptable or whatever.
Right.
And to kind of guide the relationship. But the thing is, you're right, you can't totally do that, and that's what I found out in the long haul. You have, after a certain point, you just have to let love free, in a sense, and let it be and see what happens. But sometimes it's hard to resist the temptation to control the relationship or restrict it or alter it so it works in your favor.
But in actuality, if we try to control anything, it doesn't work. We have to give everything freedom. Because freedom is our natural inheritance. So if I say to you, Robert, I love you so much. Now, if you like all those other people, I'm going to be miserable because I need all your love. And if you can't give me all your love, you're just not fulfilling my needs, but that's not the truth.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. That is what you're saying there. It makes a lot of sense.
Good.
And that's how I feel, because when you're talking about possession of someone, where I was talking about controlling their behavior, like if they had bad behavior, let's say they're an alcoholic or something, and you try to cause them to drink less or something like that.
Right.
Where you're talking about possessing someone in the sense of restricting their relationships with other people, which are basically benign or basically beneficial to them.
Of course.
And because they're beneficial to them, I readily recognize that. And so pretty much in all my relationships, I gave that freedom.
Oh, that's wonderful.
To whoever my partner
was
at the time or is at the time, to have the freedom to be with who they want to be, visit who they want to visit, and so on and so on, and even be attracted
Of
to
course.
who they want to be attracted to, even in a romantic way. You gotta allow a little room.
Yeah.
You know, as I said before, you gotta like set love free, and it will come back to you. But you gotta allow it that roaming room, because if you try to be too possessive, then the relationship typically fails because the other partner gets rebellious, which makes sense.
Of course.
It makes total
The
sense.
Course in Miracles, which is channeled by Jesus, says that to set a limit is not love. If I really love you, like the way a mother loves a child, she can say, you can have as many friends as you want. The more happy you are, the happier the mother is.
That's
Truthfully.
right.
Well, we need to be unconditional loving with everyone.
Yeah.
Because every single person has a gift to offer you. But if I say, I'm so busy with my special relationship up here, I have no time to listen to you or to connect to you in any way, I am missing out.
Actually, you're right. And that's so true. When you have a possessive relationship, you could have that problem.
Yes, because it feels so good to be with your special relationship.
Yeah, and
But the Course in Miracles says, and it's a wonderful thing, that all relationships under God's teaching, through the Course in Miracles, every relationship becomes a relationship of love. That doesn't mean that you go to bed with these people. Love does not have to be sexual. Love can be an understanding.
Yeah, a relationship and
of
that's
communication.
of communication. And then when you have someone who is restrictive, if you have that someone who's restrictive of the other partner, then not only does the other partner lose out, but the person being restrictive loses out because they don't have interaction with other people too, and they often restrict themselves. Often they might see it as a divide, saying, we're together now, this is the present and the future, and the past is the past and it's not part of us. But of course that's not true. The past is a part of us, just like the present is. And you have to incorporate your past, especially the positive elements and the positive relationships. So that open element is important.
Yes. And what the Course in Miracles teaches is that every single person has something to teach you. So if you limit yourself, like I'm only interested in you, I will not learn what's really all to learn. Each person has a special gift for you. And so as you allow yourself to get to know all the people and know that they're going to share something with you that is truly going to enhance your life, you have to have that kind of freedom.